I can't believe it. My wife can't believe it. Researchers in Oxford have discovered that rubbing a small amount of a moisturizing oil into your skin will help keep it from drying out. Hello, Earl Pugh here. Today I'm looking at cross-picking. We're going to take the key of C and the song Wildwood Flower. Many other people have already done this on YouTube. You can see some great lessons, so I suggest that you watch those. Hopefully you'll enjoy mine too. In order to cross-pick a song, you first have to have the concept of cross-picking. So I'm going to do kind of a few steps to get us to the song. So please be patient. I recommend that you get a metronome. Set it on 60 and play a C major scale and play half notes. I need to give a shout out to my teacher Lou, who told me that you should start warming up with half notes and get your tone happening. You know, if you don't sound good, what's the point in playing? So start slow, listen to the tone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in between each of those notes, we're going to strum down up on a chord. So this would be Carter style playing. We'll get to cross picking. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the idea is that we can do two things on the guitar. We can play a melody, we can play chords. Now, there's two ways to play chords. We can do a strum, or we could play the chord one note at a time. So when we cross pick, when you play the Carter style, everything was on the beat. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you cross pick, the pick is going to go down on a number, up on an and. So we're going to go 1 and 2. That was down, up, down. 1 and 2. But now we're going to change to the next note, the D note. So that was a C, E, G. 1 and 2. Now we're on an and. So we're going to pick the D with an upstroke. The first note, instead of lasting a half note, is going to last a dotted quarter notes. 1 and 2. And the second note, instead of lasting a half note, is going to last a half note tied to an eighth note. One, two. So the entire measure would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the pick went down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then we would continue. So the E, we're going to hit the E on 1, and we've got 1 and 2, and then we're going to hit the F on the and 3 and 4 and so, and we're going to hit it again on the 4. So you end up hitting the second note in each of these measures twice. So if I start at the C, we're going to have 1 C, 2 Ds, 1 E, 2 Fs, and we've got a little syncopation in here because we're hitting that second note on the and we're letting it ring through. I only moved my first finger when it was absolutely necessary to get the B note. Otherwise, it stayed there because I keep going back to that note. So I'm similar to Carter style. I'm holding the chord down while playing the melody. Now you could also change chords with each note. So the C is in the C chord, but the D is in the G chord. So we could play a piece of a G chord. Then we could go back to the C chord. Then we could go to the F chord on the F note. Now back to the C chord. The G's in the C chord. Now we'd go to the F chord for the A note. Then we could get the B note by sliding that shape up 2 frets. And then get back to the C. So put the whole thing, the whole scale together with the cross picking on the chords and changing the chords. Sort of every time we get to a new note, we're gonna change chords. So the idea is that we can play a melody and change the chords above it, but the pick hand goes down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now if we take the melody to the song. Three, 4, 1. the pickup notes, 2, 3, 4, are on a C chord. So I'm going to hold down a piece of the C chord while I play these notes. 1. So you can see the pick went down, up, down, up. So instead of just quarter notes, we have the 8th note in between. Now, in order to make this sound like the song, you have to have the melody really in your head. You need to hit those notes just a little bit harder because it's all single notes, and if you don't hit the melody a little bit harder, it's kind of going to get swallowed up by the other 8th note. So we need to make the melody stand out. So the melody, it got moved a little bit to accommodate the cross picking. Second line of the PDF, we've got a little bit on a C chord, and then we've got that walk up. So if we put those together, the melody sort of crosses over into the chord territory or the accompaniment territory. So you really need to hit that melody note just a little bit harder to make it stand out. So the melody would be but if we add in the cross picking, notes get moved around a little. I like the way they sound moved around a little, but it's just a little different. So you need to have that melody in your head, or it's easy to get tangled up. Now we're on the 4th line, and the melody's low again. So that makes it easier to keep the melody separated from the accompaniment, but it's still important to give those melody notes a little extra volume. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on cross-picking on Wildwood Flower. Please check out the other YouTubes on it. They've all got something to offer. So it's a great tune for playing Carter style. For cross picking. So please check out my other YouTubes. Please give me a like. Please leave a comment, and have a great week. I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank